Here are the top 10 new movies I watched in June 2025. At 10, there's the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon. Pretty much the same movie as the original animated version, but inferior in every way. It's not the worst live action remake I've ever seen, but still entirely unnecessary. At 9, there's Echo Valley. Its soapy narrative and writing are all over the place, but thanks to an always excellent Julianne Moore, a talented supporting cast, and a gripping, moody atmosphere, I didn't totally mind watching it. At 8, there's K-pop Demon Hunters. I've never listened to K-pop music before, but this movie delivered some catchy tunes as well as some vivid animation. The story is nothing we haven't seen before, but it's still fun. At 7, there's Deep Cover. Surprisingly entertaining for a straight-to-streaming movie. It is funny, even very funny at times, but it gets less so as the movie goes on. Orlando Bloom steals the show as an improv actor who takes method acting too far. At 6, there's Ballerina. It does have a bumpy start, and it does tend to retread over familiar territory for the John Wick franchise, but still a solid action flick with some kinetic, inventive, and hard-hitting set pieces. At 5, there's Predator Killer of Killers. Character-wise, there's not much here, and the animation can be a tad janky, but action-wise, this is an anthology film that's a brutal, high-concept blast. Dan Trachtenberg should make as many Predator films as he wants. At 4, there's F1. It's a cliched underdog story with a miscast lead and plenty of pacing issues outside of the racetrack. But I have to admit those racing sequences are absolutely thrilling and exhilarating. Same could be said about the Hans Zimmer score, and I liked the supporting performances. At 3, there's Materialists. While not as good as her previous work, Past Lives, Celine Song's Materialists is still a thoughtful exploration of modern dating and romance in this increasingly superficial and material world we live in. At 2, there's Elio. I wouldn't say it ranks among Pixar's classics, but I do think this is one of their better ventures in a while. I'd take an original movie like this over a sequel anytime. Beautiful animation and lots of heart here as well. And at number 1, I have 28 Years Later. Not just my favorite movie of the month, but my favorite movie of the year so far. I've seen it 3 times already, and although it doesn't surpass my love for the original, it comes very close. I know there are people who didn't like it, and if that's the case for you, to each their own. But speaking for myself, I think what director Danny Boyle and writer Alex Garland did here was bold, it was interesting, and it didn't slip into a lazy legacy sequel formula. It took some big creative, weird, and emotional risks, and I found that refreshing.